All right, so Chris Cuomo finally fucking fired from CNN. Good riddance. I don't like him because when Biden got elected, he became very he started like providing cover for the Republicans and shit. And I think if Biden is too left wing for you, you've got gabagool for brains.
Chris Cuomo is
But
New York.
Andrew Cuomo was the governor of New York.
Chris,
He got impeached for sexual harassment, although he killed like 6,000 old people with COVID. But
that was very recent, right?
yes, and Chris Cuomo just got busted because he was using his CNN resources to dig up dirt on the accusers, and he's been busted for sexual harassment, and he's admitted to sexual harassment, which we'll get into later. But he's also got busted for sexual misconduct, but the details of that are still unreleased. But I found a clip of him trying to dress down a pickup artist, and he gets really mad. And this is him. This is him really mad.
Everything you just said just sounds like good journalism to me.
This is Chris Cuomo yelling at a pickup artist.
I'm your older brother, Mike, and I was stepped over. It ain't the way I wanted it. I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says.
Like dumb, I'm smart, and I want respect.
That had very George Costanza vibes. Also, that sounded...
That dude was dope.
So-called dating coach is now being called the most hated man in the world. That's the question that Time magazine asked. And it largely comes from a video from one of his seminars that emerged online. In it, there are techniques that are considered so bad that they allege on sexual assault.
He's fucking lying right off the fucking bat because the video didn't come from one of his seminars. I actually used to be into this stuff like 10 years ago.
You saw the movie Hitch and you were like,
No. But there was a guy that came to a community college and said, I'm the real life Hitch. And it was like some fucking middle-aged guy. I was like, okay, whatever.
It's like Bert Kreischer going to college and he's like, I'm actually what is that fucking guy? I almost said Van Wilder. I almost said Van Helsing.
Yeah, but these classes just teach you how to be like they tell you, this is what women find attractive. And this is how you do it. This is like what behaviors they find attractive, and this is how you master those behaviors. Sexual assault, they don't teach sexual assault because I don't think that you can teach sexual, like, what does that work? First you put on a ski mask, and then you break into somebody's house.
It would be weird. I mean, you could call sexual assault just grabbing a woman's ass without her asking. That's
funny you should say
assault,
that.
I would say. Is that what it is?
Chris Cuomo,
if I was going out, that's how I would go out.
He went to a party and he saw this woman whose husband, and right in front of her fucking husband, he fucking came up to her, hugged her, and then grabbed her fucking ass.
That's wild.
And admitted to it because he's such a fucking insecure guy. He's got to try to cuck somebody by showing him who the real alpha male is. And what's funny is he's like, you could tell how mad he is at this guy. He's like, what do you mean you just talk to women and fuck them? I had to fucking beg my dad for a Maserati, and I still had to fucking date rape them. Because Chris Cuomo is an entitled fucking piece of shit. Anyways, this is, he's lying about the sexual assault thing. I know this specific guy. This guy is Julian Blanc. I used to watch... He's part of a company called RSD, and I used to watch those videos all the time.
Does that stand for really small dicks? Got him. I guess you're kind of on his side, but whatever.
Well, I mean,
hey,
listen, those guys never got Me Too'd, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, hey, none of it. You're right. Like, I mean, it would be very strange to go to something about picking up women, and they're just
rape them.
Hit her. Like,
just drag her.
You just punch her and put it in, bro. Like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude. I mean, there was a time in my life.
This is just him being like, this is disgusting.
There was a time in my life that I was so clueless about women, and I had no idea. I had no empathy for how they viewed men that I didn't even know about sex. I thought doggy style was when you fucked her and licked her face.
Dude, I dated a girl that like would do that shit. She would like lick my face and shit sometimes. It wasn't like all the time, but if like that shit always weirded me out.
But I don't follow these guys anymore. But like I'm saying, when Me Too came down, I wasn't into it, but I definitely didn't hear about. I heard Neil deGrasse Tyson got in more trouble than any of these fucking guys. But this guy got in trouble for fucking saying some fucking sexist shit online. Like fucking making jokes online. Well, the thumbnail that they just used was him showing a picture of him in a shirt that said "bang, fucking diss fatties and bang hotties" or something like that.
Oh, dude, plus size women are all the rage nowadays.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't mean it.
Oh, 7. So this video is at least 7 years old.
Oh yeah.
Good quality.
Now, several countries are trying to keep him out, including Australia, the UK, and Brazil. We have the man at the center of this controversy, Julie.
It's like, no, that's just some American douchebags.
Aluminium. And then they're like, aluminium.
No, skeletal.
Well, there was a petition that signed because they just didn't, just because
Like,
they said he was a sexist.
Keep American douchebags out of here.
We don't want our women turning into sluts.
I mean, calling yourself a pickup artist is just a kind of. I mean, I'm not going to say these guys don't objectify women.
I would say,
but
I don't think. Well, not really, because you're humanizing them. The idea is if you don't know what a woman wants, then you tend to have an attitude of, oh, she rejected me because she's stupid. No, there's like a fucking list of things that you probably do that are gross, and you should find out what they are. I liken it to...
but you're manipulating them in that.
You're not manipulating them. You're
manipulating
they're like, yourself.
Hold on. They're like... No, it's just like, here's what women like. Do this despite your opinion of it.
No, not despite your opinion of it. You're fucking improving yourself.
Pickup artists. If it was for romance, they would be called romantics.
Oh, you can call them dating coaches. It's just slang for a dating coach.
I'm just saying they're looking at women as they're doing all this to fuck and then move on.
Well, hold on. You don't know what a person's goal is.
I'm just saying, I don't think people look into this.
Hold on. You don't think that if somebody has certain behaviors that turn other people off, then you don't think that person should make an effort to change those behaviors?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, these guys, they're pickup artists. It's not like...
Yeah, or teach fucking socially awkward people how to be less socially awkward. Yeah, in order to get laid and do whatever the fuck they want to do.
It's just like run through
It's not just about that. It's also about expanding your social circle.
I guess so. I don't know.
Because 9 times out of 10, that's the fucking problem.
I can get it kind of being...
You're just an isolated person. You don't know how to go out. You look awkward. You look weird. You do that thing where you're at a fucking bar and you don't...
need some douchebag
to literally hold your hand and go over to this woman and talk to her. And then I'm going to watch you talk to them and I'm going to tell you what you do.
I feel like it's like teaching comedy classes and it's just going to make you not yourself.
Yes. Well, dude, one thing that they teach is like stage time. Is the more you do it, the better you are. And that's the main fucking motive. A lot of it's just motivation. It's closer to fucking like Tony Robbins. So, I mean, it's lame like that, but there are people that fucking just don't know how to fucking talk to people.
I guess, but usually they just find other awkward girls.
Yeah, but see, that's not fucking... there's no justice in that.
I can get it. I can see it. I don't know. Maybe it's just also just the name pickup artist. It gives it a very douchey like.
Well, the people that started doing it were
looking at women. That's all I'm saying.
They were nerds. The guys that started it were nerds.
I'm not okay. I guess I'm not saying. I'm more saying pickup artists.
There were a bunch of
are douchebags.
They were dude. It was an online community of fucking dorks. Because those are the people who were online who were like, hey, let's go out a lot, talk to a bunch of women, accumulate a bunch of fucking information to see what works and what doesn't, and then fucking use that. And if you that turns into a relationship, it turns into a relationship.
No, I mean, I don't give a shit about that. Like, I don't know.
And if it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, but people, there's nothing wrong with learning about what women like.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying... going to a guy and just having him tell you this is what women like, this is how you should act to get women. He's telling you not to act like yourself. He's telling you, you know what I mean? Like,
well, no, you're trying to act like a better version of yourself.
I understand saying this is what women like, but
that's here. Hold on. There's a thing.
Just
there's a thing that they teach.
You pick up
no,
ladies.
that doesn't work. You can't lie about who you are. You have to. It has to be authentic, because what this particular guy teaches is that women can detect inauthenticity. They call it incongruity, and they constantly look for incongruent behavior. So if you're fucking Mr. Cool and shit like that, they talk about a thing called shit testing that women do, where they'll fucking sit there, they'll sort of test, if they're interested in you, they'll test you, like they'll try to piss you off or something, just to see how you react, to see if you can keep your cool. Are you that guy all the time, or are you this guy all the time? That's what they want to know. And they're not gonna. You can't pretend to be something that you're not.
Every girl I've like dated made many wrong assumptions about who I was as a person until they met me.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Tell me about it.
I don't know. I guess I've never like.
But the main thing that they teach, which I always liked, because it was a very simple metaphor, was the Kool-Aid man. Is you gotta be out of your shell, and you gotta be the Kool-Aid man. You gotta be the guy that breaks through the wall.
Peacocking and whatnot.
No, well, the peacocking thing's a myth, but you gotta be the guy who breaks through a wall and like has the fucking cool. Like you gotta be like take a woman to a place where people know you. You know what I mean? Because you got to be the guy who knows everybody, who looks like,
I mean, I've never done any research into this shit.
I was only into it for like 2 years because I skated by on my looks for a long time, and I was on drugs most of that time, and I had never had any interest in what women thought of me. It would just be a fucking crapshoot. And then I realized, well, you should try to see what someone thinks of you, and like, why would she, there's just certain behaviors.
So it's more like teaching social awareness.
Yeah, well, also the ADHD didn't help, so I would have to figure out like what it was about my behaviors that do I talk too much, or do I talk about the wrong things, or am I, it's all that shit.
It's
like
both of those.
It's just a way to learn you're fucking.
I get it. I guess you're
but
right.
There is no, like, you can't fucking cast a spell on somebody and manipulate them into wanting to fuck you. They either want to fuck you or they don't want to fuck you. But they don't know if they want to fuck you because they haven't seen your best version of you. So that's all they're trying to do is, teach you how to be the best version of you.
What about all the...
I'm not saying they live happy lives or anything like that.
No, I'm just saying, but, like, I don't know. There's plenty of people that are like, you're not who I thought you were, and they come to that realization a year into a relationship, that kind of thing. But I mean, like I said,
abusive people do that anyways. In fact, abusive people tend to be the most charismatic people there are. It's never the person that like OJ didn't need any help getting
exactly,
laid.
And these guys are always super charismatic. That's what I'm saying.
Well, no, they had to learn. A lot of these guys had to learn it. That's how they're students, and then they became teachers.
Oh, that's even sadder.
Although this guy's really good looking.
Here on New Day, you seem noticeably nervous, Julian. Why is that?
He doesn't seem nervous.
Well, I'm sure you read the headlines. But first, before getting into it, I just want to apologize, to anybody I've offended in any way. This was never my intention, and I just want to put it out there. Like, I'm extremely sorry for everything that happened.
The key to an apology is honesty, right?
100%.
How can you say that you didn't intend any of this when we just look at the picture that was behind us? Not as a beautiful
Cuomo.
cityscape here, but of your face holding a really ugly saying about women. You intended every part of this, true?
My intentions were never bad. I agree it was a horrible attempt at humor, and unfortunately a lot of it also got just put out of context.
I mean, dude, it's a t-shirt that says "Diss Fatties," what, bang hotties? Like, you can't say that this shit doesn't objectify women.
I know,
You can't. I know that
we are so missing the point.
Listen, I know that this is all anti-Chris Cuomo, but it's like people in the news sexually assault women all the fucking time. I get the hypocrisy, but you can't say that these guys aren't fucking douchey scumbags too. Like,
I don't know. I don't know.
You
these
can't
guys.
say. I'm just saying. Exactly. Well,
I don't know these guys.
You've just been.
I don't know their personal lives.
You're just all on their side. I'm just saying that I feel like they're scumbags.
I'm on the side of the guy fucking sat there and
But
said.
I agree.
The guy who sexually assaulted a woman just said that guy teaches guys how to sexually assault women.
Yeah, he's definitely.
I'm just saying that's a fucking lie.
No, he's definitely just covering his tracks and shit like that, and just being like, if any allegations come out, he'd be like, look at all this stuff I've done, saying that like about other guys. You know what I mean? I agree that he probably never sexually assaulted
an inappropriate
a woman,
joke is not that big of a deal.
No, I mean, I totally agree, but
Not everybody should make jokes.
But putting it on a T-shirt and like that it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Putting it on a T-shirt and putting it on the internet. And
Yeah,
being
yeah.
Like, hey, fat bitches, get out of here, and then teaching people what women want.
Yeah. Well,
It's
that.
I'm just saying.
One thing.
I know that this is because it's all fuck Chris Cuomo, and I agree, and he's much worse than this guy, but you're just covering this dude's ass so much.
Okay,
like,
I don't mean to cover this. I don't want to cover the dude's ass.
He's definitely a piece of shit. You shouldn't be able to disagree with that.
Well, I guess so.
He's not a sexually assaulting piece of shit. I mean, that's been.
But
proven.
he's a guy that wears a fucking shirt because he thinks it's edgy. Fucking piece of shit.
No, he wears a shirt and then pushes this shit onto other dudes. Like he can't.
You mean he's setting a bad example?
He can't be teaching guys to respect women.
You're right.
He's not
I'll
teaching
agree
them
with
to
that.
respect women.
I'll agree with that. That's
my fucking.
That's a bad
point.
move.
That's my. Fucking
That's a bad
point.
move in the point in the sense that he's a role model.
Exactly. That's all.
You're right. I agree with that.
I mean, yeah, he's not fucking throwing bitches to the ground.
Yeah, it's a
and
bad
shit
move.
Like that, but
It's definitely a bad move.
You have a course that you do here.
Yes.
And again, the honesty of it is, this is a program you put in place that you think can help guys meet women, and meet is in quotes.
Yeah,
not an accident, not a meme, not a one-time thing. This is a pattern of behavior.
Yeah,
I don't hear you
guys,
owning it.
Basically, I teach guys how to gain confidence. You know, most of them socially awkward. Teach guys how to gain confidence in order to, socialize with women and perhaps get into a relationship with a woman.
But it's really about how to have sex with women, right? That's what a large.
That's what I would use it for.
I don't need
like
to,
the idea. It baffles. I think the idea of consensual sex baffles Chris Cuomo. But I mean, you actually, if you want to get into a relationship, you actually do have to meet somebody first.
Totally, that's what Tinder's for.
Yeah, I know, but what do you
See,
say?
this is
when you're on
7
Tinder?
years ago. When
But what do you say when you're on Tinder? Like, what do you say to interest somebody? Like, what do you do when they respond? Then you start fucking panicking. I don't know what to fucking say. I mean, people are just fucking weird.
That's kind of who you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but with
It's.
Yeah, then who you are is then you turn into the fucking Unabomber.
I mean, it's just weird. I don't know. It's just weird to have a fucking douchebag go like, bitches ain't shit. Just talk to them, bros. And then.
But they don't say that.
I mean, diss fatties.
That's not what they teach, though. The guy's not lying. That's literally not what they fucking teach people. It's not what they fucking. I'm sorry. That's just not the reality. I know it's a convenient idea because
students.
I know it's a convenient idea because there's an idea that people have in their heads that certain people are entitled to certain things and certain people are not. And if you're a fucking dork, you should stay a fucking dork. I feel that way too, man. I make fun of fucking dorks that try to be cool all the time.
What about guys?
But I mean, I don't take it seriously. I don't get seriously mad when fucking, I get more mad when somebody like Chris Cuomo fucking thinks he's entitled to fucking, to grab a woman's fucking ass because he's fucking, because his dad's a fucking governor and his brother's a governor and he came from money and he goes to the gym, like a fucking insecure fucking twat. I just don't. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's nothing wrong with that, But yeah, again, it's a stupid T-shirt. It's not even that funny.
It's not funny at all. It's literally just, and I'm all about making fun of fat chicks, but like, but just wearing it, I don't know, man.
But you should think there should be some art to it.
And the fact that like these guys that take his class definitely look up to him,
Probably.
and so they see that and they're just like, that's also part of his class to them.
But no, the class is different. The classes are like,
How much do they cost?
I don't know, man. I never took a class,
Okay,
but
you
they
just
imagine
watch
it's a
videos.
lot of money because you got to go because they go into a bar and then you got somebody who's basically hand holding you through the entire process of talking to somebody. They go and they talk to people and then afterwards they fucking talk and they go, "This is what you did wrong. This is." I could tell she
So
lost interest here.
do they linger in the background and watch the conversations? Or
Imagine
is
it's
it
like me and you go out,
recording?
right?
No, I get what you're saying.
And then afterwards, and then you see me talking to some girl, and then afterwards you go, yeah, she didn't like it when you were you seem nervous. And
yeah, but if you're at like a noisy bar, so it's just basically more body
they
language.
pick the bar, what
So
the
it's
bar's
like
gonna
it's
be.
literally like comedy classes at a comedy club where they give you stage time for taking the class. Damn, that makes
Yeah.
me. This is why I hate this guy. This is why I fucking hate this guy. He's a fucking scam artist.
Well, I'm not. Stuff's true. I mean, a lot of that stuff is fucking true. I mean, listen, dude, it's just women like confident men more than they don't like unconfident men. That's just how it is. Some women are cool and can look past that shit.
I mean,
and some women can't. And you could say it's a product of society that what women are attracted to certain things, that women are attracted to
I mean,
like
also
social
what
guys.
women are attracted to isn't a universal thing by any means.
No, there is no essential
I think
anyone.
humans in general are more attracted
Yes.
to confidence.
Exactly.
And I
Human
think
beings are
that's-
more
and I think that's
attracted
a
to
very-
socially capable people.
I think that's a very well-known thing. So if he's just telling these guys shit that
How
if
to be
they're
more
nerds,
socially smart.
I guess, man. I don't know.
I
I mean,
just don't-
like I
listen.
said, I get it. You're trying.
I
to,
do. No. I remember.
I get the
I remember a
hypocrisy.
specific. I do remember a specific talk that one of these guys gave, where they literally asked him, like, is being a jerk work? And he goes, and he's like, unfortunately, yes, it does. And you could choose to be that if you want to. I'd recommend that you don't. But yes, there are women that are attracted to fucking assholes. And some people confuse being a jerk with being confident. And he's like, you should make that distinction between being a jerk and being confident. I'm glad I just remembered that. Thank God, because I feel like, I don't know if I saved myself here.
I guess that makes
I
sense.
think I still look bad, but that.
No,
that,
you taking the class. I just don't.
I didn't
like,
take the class. I just
No,
watched it
or
online.
watching the video. That's not what I'm like. I get these guys are
There was
just
just a
looking
period
for
in my
help.
life where I wanted to
I'm
learn
not. I
how
don't
to
think the
get-
students
how to
are
talk to women.
scumbags. I think this guy, like the teacher. I mean, I guess his intention overall is all right, but like, I feel like he's charging people for shit that they could just read in a fucking blog. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but what's the difference between taking the class and reading the blog?
The blog is free.
But
You're not taking
well,
advantage
I
of
did
these
the
people.
free thing. No. These guys have money. They could watch it for free too if they want to too.
Then they
I didn't have money,
They
so I
could
just watched
use
it.
their money.
Well, that's what?
I mean, there's women out there that are more attracted to money than anything.
But why don't you find out why they're attracted to money? What it is? It's not.
That's first the security of your future.
No, dude. Then you're just gonna
Being
get
able-
cheated on, and maybe these guys don't want to get. Some of us don't mind getting cheated on, but that guy, those people are gonna get cheated on.
Yeah, I guess that's true. If you're just flaunting your money, it's going to be for the wrong reason.
You should just learn how.
Yeah,
You should
I
just
guess.
try to.
I mean,
Change your
I'm
behaviors,
not good with women
negative
at all.
behaviors.
So
I'm
it's
not
like-
naturally good with women at all. That's why I took the fucking. That's why I watched the fucking. Watched all those lectures and
You
shit.
drown in pussy, so.
I don't. Not since I started doing comedy.
All right. I mean, again, Chris Cuomo, way bigger douchebag. He felt up a bunch of women and shit like that. But
So it's more like he's.
and I get he's found a
But-
good scapegoat to cover his
Yeah,
ass too.
yeah.
Like I get the move. I just
I
don't.
think there's a little bit of projection on Chris Cuomo's part here.
Oh, definitely.
That's
what
why.
I'm
That's
saying.
why I
Yeah.
picked the clip.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but this guy's just also a fucking douchebag.
I should have never mentioned. I just thought that I have a certain amount of insight into it, and I should share it, but I didn't know it was going to turn into a thing.
A certain amount of insight into being a pickup artist.
Well, I'm not a pickup artist, but I know I'm familiar with these guys, and I'm familiar with their work, and I'm familiar with what they're teaching, and
I'm sorry for derailing this whole video.
it's okay.
Shitting
hey,
on Chris
man,
Cuomo.
it's good content, but
Like I said,
I'm gonna get shit on a lot in the comments.
He's a piece of shit. Like I said, I'm not blaming you for taking the class.
They're gonna be like, Jack Black is a scumbag.
I don't think taking the classes is a scumbag move. I think these guys
are living. I think in a
they're-
spiritual. I don't know. Probably in a larger sense, they're paying for
I
it.
feel like they're the same kind of guys that like will hit on
put it to you
girls.
this way.
Let me finish my fucking point for
Okay.
once, Paul.
Okay.
They're the kind of guys that find girls that are 10, 12 years younger than them, and then they convince them to have sex because we're all one entity, man, and all that.
There's
kind
probably
of shit.
a lot of that.
And it's fucking
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of
scumbag
that.
shit.
Okay, but
That's all I'm saying.
and
But
I would
again,
say,
Chris.
but I would say this though, where you're probably right. At a certain point, if you're literally your job is to travel the fucking country, going from bar to bar, teaching guys how to fucking hook up with chicks, then I can't imagine you're gonna have very many stable relationships.
Exactly.
So
That's
I imagine there's probably a certain
If
level
he-
of
if
status,
he
unless
had-
you find the right, the
Like I said-
perfect woman for you.
A woman that likes getting cheated on, probably. I'm just saying, if they had the right intention, they
Or
would call
polyamorous.
themselves romantics.
They call them polyamorous.
That's what they call them nowadays.
Nowadays,
and
polyamorous.
or what's it called? The lifestyle.
But
But to be honest,
the idea of using tricks and tactics and all this shit.
Tricks, you just
Whatever,
using
magic tricks,
on
voodoo.
women.
Yeah.
That's
Think of it this way. Think of it this way. How good at comedy would you be after 10 years, 20 years? How good at talking to women would you be after doing it for fucking how long they've fucking done it? Like, so at a certain point you're not really using tricks. You just know everything there is to know about that specific field of life.
Yeah. I mean, I get it.
And you're
It's
just trying to figure out a way to compartmentalize that information and then sell it to people.
I guess so.
All right.
to be honest, too, a lot of our clients do meet their spouses on these
Okay,
programs.
you're gonna laugh at this. We should rewind
think
this.
about how to have sex with women, right? That's what a lot of
That's
details.
part of it, but to be honest, too, a lot of our clients do meet their spouses on these programs.
You think that men meet women and get into meaningful
sounds
relationships
funny,
with
but-
the tips that you give them?
More than you'd think, yeah.
How do you know that? I'm baffled by that. That's why
I'm
receive emails
I'm
all the
baffled
time.
by approaching women in
Yeah, no, again, I'm not baffled that it works. I believe that it works.
I'm
It
baffled.
just-
I'm baffled by I don't know. I'm just baffled by going up and not grabbing a woman.
I've been
And
invited
taking
to
her.
That is kind of funny,
previous
yeah.
clients. Yeah, people are just internally thankful.
you tell them to choke women. You tell them to take women's heads and put them
What?
in your crotch, a man's crotch.
And that's where a lot of the confusion is coming from.
There is no confusion. There is no confusion.
That
I'm
video-
telling you, I think if you want this to be meaningful to you in any way, you better own this stuff that you're doing.
No, I 100% take responsibility. And
Has he come out about the sexual assault allegations and been like, yeah, I did it?
I followed that guy's
Did
advice.
he own it? Did Chris Cuomo own it? And
Not
he was
really.
like, guys, I got fired for feeling some bitches up.
Not really.
That's it. No, okay. That
Not
would
really.
be that would be God.
They don't even know what the sexual misconduct allegation is. They
Oh,
just
really?
know it has something to do with him being fired.
Oh, word. Okay. Because that would be hilarious. But also another level of hypocrisy. He's not owning it.
I apologized 100% for it.
You apologize because you got caught or because you're sorry?
No, I'm extremely sorry.
Okay.
Like, I feel horrible. I mean, I'm not going to be happy to feel like I'm the most hated man in the world. I'm overwhelmed by the way people are
He
responding.
was the
You're
most
the
hated man in the world. That's what Cuomo said at the beginning of this, and I'm like, what?
7 years ago.
Yeah,
Obama
yeah,
was the most
Syria.
hated. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, there was also Syria
No,
and
it
fucking
was-
North Korea and fucking.
I was kidding.
There's Putin.
Hitler still probably even. Hitler's probably more hated than this guy.
Hey, baby. Hey, baby. What is your favorite? Oh, and I'm trying to do fucking Hitler as a pickup artist. It's not working out.
Is it
Do you come here often?
a scale of 1 to 10? How hot is she? 9. All right.
What is your sign?
It would be Vot.
What is your sign?
Are you an Aries? Yeah. You're very bullheaded. All right.
I dig your
I just want to make
confidence.
that clear. That is not what I teach. Like those pictures there again was a horrible humor.
That is something that does piss me off is when headlines are questions.
Oh, yeah.
Like that. Like the headline is dating coach.
He
suggesting
literally took a
aggression.
still from him fucking making out with a chick and went, well, how could you justify this?
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it is. Still, they
found the right one.
7 years ago. That's the equivalent of a damning podcast clip. You know what I mean? Oh man. But is this dating coach suggested aggression towards women? I hate that shit.
Hey, and by the way, before you give me fucking shit, I've seen Hassan Piker clips where he's fucking talking about this shit. So, and he calls it Chad advice. So
I don't know who
and
Hassan Piker is.
he's
so
a
I don't
huge
care.
podcaster. He does a show with that Ethan guy.